are back in the building here at the Star, and Lyle Collins is back in the building here at the Star, eligible to rejoin the Dallas Cowboys after having served the suspension amid some interesting trade gossip. In fact, it's more than gossip. There's some substance to this. Mike Fisher reporting from Cowboys headquarters. So Lyle Collins returning, Terrence Steele surging, some struggles on the Cowboys' interior offensive line, even in New England, where they recorded their magnificent 35-29 overtime win, fifth straight victory for 5-1 Dallas. 3-game lead now in the NFC East. Cowboys didn't win their fifth game last year till week 15, and here we go. At the start of the season, the agent Eric Burkhart reports, he's Terrence Steele's agent, teams were calling the Cowboys trying to trade for Terrence Steele. They knew something. And they knew what the Cowboys knew. And both of them, and this is part of the nature of football, hey, I'm just a broken down old sports writer, both of them knew more than we did. The NFL started to get the idea during the summer that Terrence Steele can play. Now, we've had a chance to watch him as the substitute right tackle, and I think we're all convinced. At some level, Terrence Steele can do something. So, Lyle Collins versus Terrence Steele? When you listen to 105.3 The Fan and the interview with Jerry Jones, Cowboys owner, the other day, you certainly get the impression that Jerry's saying, it's great to have developed Terrence Steele, undrafted second-year guy out of Texas Tech, because of depth. Now, he did say also options, alternatives, but depth. So the suggestion here is that Lyle Collins steps back into the building, gets through the bye week, gets himself back in football shape, and that he's the starter for the 5-1 Cowboys at right tackle. One of the questions that we can ask in the building here today, we'll talk to Mike McCarthy this afternoon, we'll talk to the coordinators as well. Position flex, best five. What if Terrence Steele is one of your best five even when Lyle Collins comes back? Meaning you would admit that you have a vulnerability at left guard or at center. And do they have a vulnerability there relative to what Terrence Steele might be able to do if you leave him at right tackle and have Lyle Collins, who first, when he came to the Cowboys, was a guard. Lyle Collins at guard, move Connor Williams to center. Lyle Collins at guard, leave Tyler Biadasz at center. Lyle Collins at right tackle, where I think they think he belongs, and then can Terrence Steele do something else? These are all good questions, but the idea of a Terrence Steele trade coming up before the start of the season and the Cowboys declining that is the real story here. The Cowboys thought of themselves as contenders. It's going to turn out that they're right. Of course, under Jerry Jones, they often do think of themselves as contenders. It doesn't always turn out to be right. And that makes you not a seller. You don't peel off Terrence Steele because you think he's an extra piece. You don't peel off Cedric Wilson because you think he's an extra piece. You don't peel off Jordan Lewis because you think he's an extra piece. Not if you're trying to compete for a championship now. And the evidence, just in the offensive line alone, well, first of all, it was there last year with the incredible number of injuries. But the evidence now, Lyle Collins, 5-game suspension, and Tyron Smith getting a neck scare late last week and then limping off with an ankle problem in New England before limping back on. All those things are reminders. You want Lyle Collins in the building like he gets to be now. You want everybody in the building. You want everybody in the fold. You want to grab all your assets and cling to your assets because your Dallas Cowboys are a contender. With the Cowboys in Frisco at the Star, Fish out.